Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold. We heading over to Anton Daniels for our reaction video. We heading over to Anton Daniels, and they're actually discussing. Let me see. They're discussing. Here we go. You'll never get 100% of a woman. That's what they're discussing. That's what they're going to be debating. That's what's going to eventually, I think, come up in this clip. And that's what we're going to really dive into. We're just going to react to the whole clip overall. But that's the basis of the conversation based on the clip. I didn't watch this already. Joe Jet in the building early. What's going on, bro? 333. You know the energy. What's going on, bro? Yup. So we getting right into this one. And then from there, we'll go into the question of the day. So let's get it rolling.
See, that's where it goes left for me.
But they're okay. So they don't know they don't know any Western society. They're in the Amazon. So I do know what he's talking about with that.
That's how we know that we are taught jealousy and hate, because it's a taught thing over there. It was never a thing, so they didn't know that I was supposed to be mad because my girl got fucked by him.
They're also living in huts.
No, I won't say that. I think that
always been a thing.
We just right. I think that it's always been a thing for men, and it always will be a thing for men. Because if a man dominates me and I'm with you, then that feels like he's dominating you. I get that. I personally don't want to be touched by strangers, but I understand that might be what you want to do. I think genetically, that's what we're more predispositioned to. Like, that's why men can have 1,000 babies in a month, and a woman can have one in a year. You know, like there's a reason for that. There's a reason that we're set up the way that we are. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna fight nature.
No, it's not. It's not random.
One is the
hold on. We're not gonna skate past that. We're not gonna skate past giving this black woman credit for saying on the internet that she's not gonna fight against nature. She understands the nature of things. And instead of beefing with God, the designer of the shit, she just gonna accept it for what it is and make her own adjustments in her perspective and her approach to things. I can respect that. See, we're not here to bash women or bash black women or bash black men or bash anybody. We here to crack the codes. That is the nature of the beast on this channel. You feel me? So we got to give her credit, because that's code cracking behavior right there. Shout out to Kimmy from the Anton Daniels After Hours show. Let's roll.
Hold on one second. I gotta hear Carrie on this because she's very quiet.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me see what she got. I want to hear what Carrie got to say. Come on. Oh, I got you, Quentin. Hold on. Give me a second. Carrie, what's your thoughts on this?
I definitely think that the dynamics have changed. I think that more people say that they are accepting of different types of relationships, but I think a lot of people are lying. And I think that a lot of people are just kind of rolling with whatever happens, but that's not necessarily what they want to do. I think that one man, one woman is not bondage. I think that makes sense. I think it works. Those people.
Hold on.
It don't work. You said it don't work.
Okay. Get your forethought out.
I mean, that's pretty much it. I think that this y'all gonna laugh at me or whatever, but I think that these types of conversations are the reason why people need to get back into the word, because there's order there. There's sense there. Things line up better, in my opinion, that way.
Why do we laugh at that?
I agree with the part where Carrie says people need to get back into the word. Listen to me. I'm not a religious person. Being a spiritual person and understanding all that being spiritual encompasses and the thought processes that you need to adopt and things like that, it's not made for everybody. Most of y'all need some indoctrination to a degree. Indoctrination to your detriment, no, but to a degree, yes, so that we can have some order, some practicality, some a general sense of morals and principles that most of us agree on. That's how you have society in the first place. So people, society becoming godless overall that's not a good thing. And spirituality isn't godless at all, but most people don't understand how to live life spiritually without a Quran or a Bible or a Torah. Most people need a book to go off of. Y'all do, need to take y'all ass back to church. I agree with Carrie on that part. I also agree with her on the part where she said a lot of people be acting like they can accept different lifestyles, like polygyny and stuff like that, and they be fooling themselves and they be lying, and they get into them situations and realize the hard way that they actually can accept them lifestyles. So I do agree with Carrie in that regard. But like I said, in the same breath, I agree with Kim too, saying that she understands the nature of things. Even though some folks can't handle it, it doesn't mean that it's unnatural, right? Let's continue. Let's see how the conversation progresses. Shout out to everybody that's in here. Hit the like button while you're here. Get the likes up. Let's go.
Well, why?
You always make fun of me when I start talking about the Bible and stuff like that.
No, we don't.
But I think that there are very few people, let me not say very few people. I was talking to a friend about this not too long ago. Like the Bible implies, in my opinion, that God wants it one man, one woman. But it acknowledges that it's not always one man, one woman. To me, the Bible also implies that one of the reasons it shouldn't be multiple men, multiple women is the chaos and the disorder that gets created. And I think that there are some people who can really handle a polyamorous type of a situation. I think there are some people who can handle it with rules, with structure, with resources, with with all of that. But I think that's very few and far in between. So in general, I think it should be one man, one woman. I think that there should be like more structure to what a relationship is. And if you don't like that, what I do think is if you don't like what a relationship is, don't be in one and be honest about it.
There we go. Hey, she cooking with hot grease now. She cooking with hot grease. Hey, Carrie ain't said nothing wrong. I agree wholeheartedly. In this part of the world, we just got to factor in reality, right? Not the way it should be, but the way it is. With the way most people are taught to think, the way most people are taught to believe love and relationships should go and are supposed to be in this part of the world, the way that that's taught, right? I can definitely say that it is going to be few and far between as far as the type of man you need to be able to keep order and have multiple women that are in a sister wife posture and a sister wife role. You know what I'm saying? And it's few and far between in regards to the type of woman that you would need to be in order to achieve happiness and solace and greatness in that type of a situation. It is going to be few and far between because our society is set up for people not to think like that. So I agree wholeheartedly that it's definitely going to be few and far between. I also agree that the majority of people should seek monogamy. The majority of people should seek monogamy. But I do think that at the same time, polygyny should be just as normal as monogamy, just happening at a lower percentage, right? So like, let's say of all relationships, out of 100% of relationships, 83% are monogamous relationships. And then that other, 17% is operating inside of polygyny, where there's one man and multiple wives. That would make sense to me because there's a lot of people who actually need polygyny. Now, when she did say the Bible speaks of polyamory, she misspoke. And it's okay because most people do misconstrue the definition of polygamy, polygyny, polyamory, all of that stuff. The Bible speaks of polygyny, one husband, multiple wives, not polyamory, where you got women doing what they want on the other side too. That's adultery. You know what I'm saying? The Bible don't speak about that. So it speaks about it being wrong. But yeah, it doesn't speak about polyamory where both of y'all, the Bible don't speak about open relationships in an acceptable manner. So when she said polyamory, she misspoke. So I just want to correct that. It's polygyny, specifically one man, multiple wives. I do think that needs to be legalized, and I think it needs to be an option that's on the table, document wise and under God, for some people to do, because it is the answer to a lot of people's problems. I talked about in a previous episode how women and people, not even just women, people in general are softer than the societies of yesteryear. We have become a softer brand of human in totality. Am I saying I'm soft? No. I think you could drop me off at any time period and I'll still be me. That's just real. But is everybody like that? No. You had women holding shit down that had 12 kids. And they was making shit happen. And they wasn't even tweaking about it. Still was able to enjoy their family, enjoy their life. And, you know, all this depression and pain and angst that you think Big Mama had, that shit ain't even real. I knew my Big Mama. I'm one of the few people I know that met my great-great-grandmother before she died. So I know my grandparents, or at least one of my grandparents on each side of my family, at least 3 generations back. I've met them, me personally. Pictures, know them, remember sitting in their lap, the whole 9 yards. You know what I'm saying? So like Big Mama wasn't tweaking about Big Daddy and shit like that. What it was back in them days, a lot more people were just accepting of what all life and relationships and everything encompasses. Now we live in fairy tale world where everybody's looking for something that's like super ideal and long term. It don't even go together. The longer you work for a company, the more changes you're going to be there for, the more reorganizations you're going to be there for, the more different types of managers and leadership changes you're going to be there for. That company, if you with a company for 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, that company not going to be moving the same, operating the same, look the same as it did when you walked in the door. It isn't. And the same thing goes for a relationship. I think a lot of people have unrealistic ideologies of what long-term relationships truly consist of. And so because of that, when the ship get rocky, niggas get off the boat. Let's see what else they got. Let's go.
And I think find your relationship the way that you want it to work. That doesn't mean that you're not in a relationship. It just means that your relationship doesn't have traditional rules.
But I don't think that people, one, are honest enough about whatever their real relationship dynamic is. And two, I don't even think that they know, even if they were, I don't think that they really know what their rules are. Which to Anton's question, that's why I do think the dynamic has changed. I think that there is way more acceptance of being all over the place.
Yes, because niggas, I'm gonna tell you why. Because niggas have found out that this monogamous bullshit that they've been pushing on us ain't never worked. It's never going to work, and it's not currently working now.
Well, here's what I will say, 2K. I 100% agree with you that monogamy is difficult. If you ain't following this, I 100% agree with it. I'm sorry. If you're not following the word, it is difficult, in my opinion, to be monogamous and happy and all of it. And I agree.
Listen, Carrie, as a human, what I have known to do is to follow my body. When my body tells me I'm thirsty, I get a cup of water. When my body tells me I'm tired, I take a nap. When my body tells me that I'm horny, now you telling me to pull out a book and ignore my body.
No.
Wait, no.
The book actually said, listen, if when you get horny, you need to do something, go get yourself a wife.
Listen,
but here's the thing, 2K. But that's why I said the word. You got to find a wife who believes in the word, because she will know that when you're thirsty, when you're horny, she got to be available.
Listen, because you would think that getting married or love would evaporate these motherfucking feelings. No, I'm saying that'll be common sense. And let me tell you how you know that monogamy wasn't a God-made thing. It's not. Listen, God is either dumb at math or it was never intended for him to be this way. How he gonna have 3-to-1 ratio women to men and then say we all supposed to have our own? Either God want us to share or the nigga want that good at math. No, just common sense. Y'all see, listen, when you start talking.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know right now, listening to them talk about this until it shifts into the you'll never get 100% of a woman conversation, which is why we're here. Until it shifts into that, y'all gonna feel like I'm a hypocrite, because I'm gonna do a lot of agreeing with 2K as well. Like 2K is a man he's similar to me in what he claims to be atheist. I'm not an atheist at all, but he's similar to me in regards to the fact that he grew up in the word, actually studied the word, knows the word, can quote the word, can reach back to the word, reference the word. And so because he understands it through and through, it led him to finding the truth beyond the word. You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, he has a level of balance that most in his communication about it, he has a level of balance that most people will never achieve, because they're not truth seekers, they're faith seekers. And like I told y'all in my code language about truth seeking versus faith seeking, go back and watch it if you haven't. Like I told y'all in my code language, there's nothing wrong with either one, but it's important when you have a conversation to understand which one you are. So if you're a faith seeker, when somebody starts talking the truths that are beyond your faith, you're going to be cut off to that. Don't get frustrated. Don't get irritated. You see how they all cut their screens off? Like, stay in the box. Stay in the box. When y'all was talking and you was referencing the word, 2K didn't cut his screen off. Stay in the box. Let's have the conversation. Don't ditch it. but it's because they don't understand the difference. Okay, I'm a faith seeker, and I know that I'm not going to take my spirituality, my thought processes, my belief system beyond said parameters. There's a firmament over my motherfucking my thought process. I ain't going past this bubble. You feel me? And then a true seeker is speaking. Just understand, okay, this is a person who has thought beyond where I'm willing to go. I don't even believe in it. So I'ma still take in what they saying, respect that I understand their perspectives when it's over with, learn and become a better, more well-rounded communicator from it. But you don't have to ditch the conversation. It's just, so let's go though.
Talking common sense to Christians, they all blank. You know what they good at math.
Get up out of there.
No, just common sense. Y'all see, listen, when you start talking common sense to Christians, they all blank extreme. But how can you say go get your own men when it's not enough men to get your own of?
Everybody ain't supposed to be married. That's
y'all dispelled that the other day. Who was talking about that the other day? That there were more women than men, and y'all said that's not true. Y'all said
No. Let me be very clear. If you look at the data, there is literally almost an equal amount of men on this earth.
49 to 51.
Right. It's almost equal, right? But if we had a room of 10 women and a room of 9 men, some woman is going to get left out. It's almost equal.
How many apples did Lil Johnny have in the basket?
But here's the thing.
They fucking math up. So they're saying that there's 51% men to 49% women. So they're saying that it's close to equal. Do you understand 51% to 49% on a scale of billions? What the difference is? And then you add in the bromosexuality. When you add in the bromosexuality, the amount of dudes that don't want chicks, it is a 3-to-1 out here globally. It is a 3-to-1. That's why a 6'2" chocolate dude like myself and bearded up like Moses can go to the store and grab whatever I want. And I ain't just talking about the groceries. I can go grab whatever I want. I could just go to the store and get 3-to-1 out here for sure. Yeah, if you 6'2", got a couple dollars in your pocket and know how to keep yourself smelling good, G, you can have what you want in these streets. It's wide open, and we're gonna get into that on the question of the day. But let's continue. He's not 2K, not wrong. They doing the math, but the numbers lie when you don't know why. Let's go.
Not every person on this earth is in their purpose is necessarily to be married. Some of the very examples, and I'm not arguing for or against, the whoever point it is what it is. What I'm saying is, if we're just purely looking at it from a ratio perspective and trying to use that as justification for whether you should or you shouldn't, it's a bad argument, because even in the Bible itself, there were a lot of people that forsake, the whole idea of marriage, in which they didn't necessarily advocate for it, but they believed that their purpose was beyond whatever it is that a woman could offer them. So if you're using that and saying almost like, hey, everybody needs to have this, that's not necessarally true.
But I mean, if you're talking,
listen, man, forget what Anton talking about. You either gonna be the woman or you're gonna be the other woman. That's how it's been. That's how all of y'all have been in polygamous relationships, whether you knew it or not. You either gonna be the woman or the other woman.
And I'm more for honesty than anything. Tell me what's going on. Like, don't blindside me. Don't let me get caught up in the streets hearing something about you that you didn't tell me.
Come on.
That's where I am with it.
Come on, Kimmy. Kimmy speaking that reality. Now listen, it's two ways this go, y'all. Now, when you hear a woman that understands and embraces reality, it's two ways that go, y'all. You either found you a good one, right? One that you could be honest with, tell the truth to, probably how you a sister wife, one that's going to really rock with you all the way through and through. You might have that. And if you got that, sit the fuck still. If you don't, you regret it forever. Now, there's another one. There's the woman who understands the nature of man. They view it through a very sinister lens, and they feel like, if I am going to have to inevitably share, then you are too, and they play in these streets behind your back. That's when you have found a Jezebel. That's when you have discovered a demon. The problem is they both speak the same language, and the only way to tell them the difference is to risk it for a biscuit. Sucks to be us. Let's go.
Y'all just living in this make-believe world.
What was the last part of that question?
I don't remember.
Mika said, you gonna tell me
trying to get that last part.
I don't remember. I personally believe that I don't think that women judge as much as we think that they do.
I don't think so either.
I don't think that women judge as much as we think that they do. I think that women are okay with the relationship dynamics being however you define it. If if they want to be with you?
I just like to call shit for what it is. I'm not dissing nobody religion. Hey, God has got me through a lot of tough spots in my life. But I just have to call it how it is. If it's up and down, it's up and down. If it's one, it's one. I'm sorry.
And the people that's saying cap in the chat, that all you telling me is that you don't know, you never experienced. Either you've never been honest enough and believed in yourself enough to actually be honest with a woman, or a woman is never.
No, Anton, you speaking from your own experiences, and your experiences cannot be debated. If you went through it and that's your experience, that's cool. But that don't mean that's not happening for men. That's not true. A lot of men find out the nature of women by doing exactly what he's saying men have not done. They've been completely honest with a woman, and it burned the fuck out of them. So he is capping. I disagree with Anton on this wholeheartedly. He's speaking from a position of privilege. Bro, just because you played in the streets for a couple of years and found a wife hella young, got married and still married to this day, and whatever plan you doing is obviously under, if you're doing any plan at all, because I ain't going to put nothing on the man, but if you're doing any plan at all, it's clearly under the government of your marriage. It's agreed upon, so it's not cheating. So, bro, speak from your position of privilege, but understand that it's a position of privilege. That's not true. Most men learn that you can't be vulnerable and honest with women from doing it, bro. Like my favorite quote is, and this is a classic original, anybody else use it, they stole it. If a man is quiet, it's because he tried talking. Remember that. Let's go.
I'm truly showing you that you him. You just, and it don't mean that you know what I'm saying? You could be him to somebody else, but you may not necessarily be him to another chick. So if you saying cap, then that just means that you got some more living to do.
No, it's cap. It's cap. It's cap. It's cap. Everybody, if you in the field, that's the thing, bro. You've been married 20 years, Anton. You ain't in the field. Everybody in the field catch pop flies. There's no nigga that's him to everybody. Nobody. Chris Brown been rejected. Usher been rejected. Anton, nigga, you been rejected. You not him to everybody, bro. Nobody is him to everybody. You supposed to fuck with the women that you are him to. That's cap. It's cap. There are women in this world for you, Anton Daniels, that you could be vulnerable with, and you would be dumb to do so. There are for you, even with your money, your resources, your reputation, everything that you have. If you honest with the wrong woman, you will find out why them niggas in your chat saying cap. I disagree with him wholeheartedly. What he's saying is not facts. It is definitely his POV. Facts. Let's roll.
Maybe you need to stay in a relationship with just one woman, and that's not a bad thing either.
Now, for the record, I do play by the rules that make my wife happy. I'm not a cheater. I'm with one woman. So that's that on that.
You got to put your disclaimer out there. But
yeah. I don't need
whatever rules that you.
Well, hopefully all the guys who heard the first part of what you said. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. We just having a conversation. This is not necessarily applicable to anybody in particular. We just talking.
Okay. I'm saying hopefully the guys who heard the first part of what 2K was saying are still here to hear the second part of what 2K just said.
They said Slimmy is frozen. Is Slimmy frozen?
No.
Yep.
He is.
I'm one of them people. I'm one of them people. My impact
always get froze on the craziest look, bro.
Yeah, it do. My impact won't be felt until I'm gone, bro. Y'all gonna look back at a lot of the shit that I said, and y'all gonna be like, "Damn, 2K was right again."
Yeah, 2K got the goggles on. Once you put the glasses on, and it allow you to see things for what it is, you can't take them off. Dick Gregory said that. Once you got them joints on, you can't take them off. 2K see shit for what it is. And he not emotionally tied to his, a lot of times we get this the thing. In this part of the world, fam, they lie to us starting with everything. Pick something. Language, religion, nigga, the mountains, the trees, history, pick something. Education. They lied to us starting with everything. So once you understand that, and then you put the glasses on, folks, and you can see things for what it is. You get what I'm saying? Your emotional attachment to your previous delusion that you was taught from childhood, that shit got to go away when you're a true seeker. You can't be emotionally tied to some shit that you was invested in when you didn't know better. Forgive yourself. Forgive the people that taught it to you. Understand they was teaching you the wrong shit with the purest intentions. Understand they didn't know no better. Forgive everybody and move forward and learn. The first step to learning this shit for real, like the real world, not the shit they want you to think, but the real world, the first step to learning this shit for real is understanding you've been lied to. Just understand it. It's uncomfortable, fam. I get it. It's the reason why you got grown ass. And when I became conscious and truly like enlightened and awake, right? When my shit opened up, right? Like, I used to wonder how some people could be so smart and still be like tied to a specific religion. But then I understood it because when I got to a place where I started seeing beyond the book, you feel me? I started realizing like, okay, some people stop right here because it's comfortable here. It's sensible. You can get through your life just fine staying right here. Going past this point, shit start getting real uncomfortable. It start getting really uncomfortable. And so then it's like everybody don't want that level of discomfort. They don't. They rather feel like they know. They rather feel like they have an understanding of like how this shit go already versus like knowing I could damn near be looking for truths and more until I die and maybe never figure this shit out. You know, I'd rather just stay right here because this shit give me an end all be all. It tell me like what I can expect and everything. And I kind of like what it looked like. So I'm going to just rock out. It's like a settling place for some people. Religion is. Because I used to wonder, I'm like, this person's super smart. How they still tied to like a book? Like one book. Truth seekers are not tied to one book. I know a dude that practiced Ramadan. What's it called? When they he do the ass shit. He celebrate everybody. He rock with everybody shit. Nigga do Kwanzaa, Christmas, Hanukkah. Whoever right, I'm with him. Let's go.
2K, that's how I feel in a relationship. If you want to end up over there, go. But you're gonna realize once you gone,
thank you,
what was going on over
but
here.
You have
or maybe I want you too.
Okay, Anton, I went back and listened to it. Okay. it was killing me because I only had one part. All right, so I went back and listened to it, and you said something about having relationships that you have the one person, then you have.
Oh yeah. You have the one person who you may slot and say, because for whatever reason, whether y'all got kids together or whether you developed a longer relationship, whatever the reason is, that person you kind of are a little bit more restrictive or selfish over or whatever. Whereas you then may have another person who you may not have gotten as close to, or maybe y'all are, where you were a little bit more transparent with or whatever. Whereas you with that person for the moment, but you're not necessarily restricting them from doing whatever it is that they're doing. And you may not even want to get as close to them so that you don't feel as restrictive about them because, then you'll start being a little bit more selfish over them. So, is the dynamics of the relationship different? And has it changed today, especially with regard to how it is that we see, the different people that we interact with?
So is that one person having two people or just two different relationships?
Or just two different what?
He's saying is like the one guy who has the two women, should he like be careful with the second woman so he's not as possessive over her as he is maybe over the first one?
Correct. So it don't mean that he likes her. He may even love her. But at the same time, he doesn't get as close to her, but he's not as restrictive with her because he's not as close to her. You know what I'm saying?
Or is he not getting as close to her for the simple fact he doesn't want to?
Man, they should just have this conversation offline. Talk about hiding in plain sight.
Right.
He doesn't want to what?
Get close to her and
he does it because he likes her or loves her a lot. He knows if he gets close to her, she'll end up on the same playing field as the other one.
Thanks.
No.
Thanks, me.
I'm not gonna keep talking right now.
I think it's just about how bold he wants to be with his heart. Like if he's afraid that he's going to get close to the second one or whatever and get his feelings hurt.
No, I don't think that's what it is. All right. Let me get back on. I think it's more or less about.
I'm expecting you to be naked. Carry on.
I think it could be, first of all, he's taking into consideration what her situation is, right? That's number one. Because you can be considerate of another person. And you could also know that it's easier for women to fall in love. So if a woman gets too close to you sometimes she can't control her emotions, even if she said that she could handle it in the beginning.
Yeah.
They can never handle it.
Yeah, I think that works better for men than women because women want connection.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right, Molly. Because I've always said that at the end of the day, why would I be wasting my energy with someone that I don't like that.
Well, like when you a side, there's probably just enough man that you want.
Well, see, that's the problem.
I've never heard a side chick satisfied with being a side chick.
But see, it's a deeper level. It's a deeper level because you don't classify them. A side chick,
you don't classify them.
A side chick, in my opinion, is a chick that you run into, or you may be just dealing with her, and it's just a situation. But I think that a person that you may keep a distance from, that you may deal with, it doesn't mean you don't classify them as a side chick. That's a person that you care about. But it's just a person that you're trying to be more logical about the situation because you know that the dynamics might be different.
Okay, let me explain to Molly what I meant by that. So some chicks are cool with wanting affection and a little protection. Like they don't want the provision of a man at all times. They don't want, so like when you come over and you just love them in that moment, that'd be enough for them, Molly. Like not every girl want 100% of that man.
That's true. That's true. There are very much women who like will use a guy like, for utility. I've been in that role before. It's actually a very good role to be in if you like single at the time and you got your own shit going on. It's a very good role to be like a utility. Like she kind of want love and affection when she need it momentarily, without the day-to-day, without all the situationship behavior, without all the policing, without all that. Just know like when she need that male physicality and that intimacy and that presence or whatever, it's you she called. So it's damn near get a little feel for monogamy. Them joints got all the liberty and the rights to do whatever they want, and it still just kind of lean on you in them moments if you reliable and consistent on the pull-up. It's actually a cool little position to play. I ain't gonna lie to you. I played that role as long as I could until, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So it's not that they're a side chick that they cool with. It's like he just giving them exactly what they want.
No, she want 100%.
Yeah, because she's compensating with somebody else.
You just understand that that's
right,
not
Molly. I think that's what the case is. She may be compensating somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that she don't want 100%.
Well, I mean, she cool with getting from two different places. Like you probably can't poke that button in the back.
Ain't got no choice.
I don't think that that's what happens. I think that in most situations, she just stuck in a situation.
You know that button I'm talking about.
In most situations, she may be stuck in a situation, bro. And it's not that she wants to be in that dynamic. Is that's just what she is.
I don't think he really understands this new batch of females out here. Anton been married 22 years, 20, what do you say? 22 years, 20 years, 21 years. I don't think he understands the new crop of women out here. Like, bro, it's like when I was in the position I was in, when I was the utility guy, right? When Shorty used to call me to come off the bench and get buckets, you feel what I'm saying? She had a dude that would just spend bread. And yeah, she probably was letting him, you know what I'm saying, do whatever for, you know what I'm saying, here and there and shit. But I seen the guy before. She was with me for physical attraction. She was with him because he was tricking. Because me personally, I ain't never going to be a trick. I can get $2 trillion right now, and I will not keep a woman around me that's around me because I could pay for shit. I only like women around me that actually give a fuck about me. Like, for real. In real life. Not because I provide some type of, no, they just really like me. That's all. So you can give me $2 trillion tonight, and I'm still don't want no pay for play activity of any kind. But some dudes be out here tricking. And you know what I mean? Listen, a female then told me, we going out to eat. Don't worry about it. He gonna pay for it. Ha! Bet! Yeah. Listen, man. Come on, man. Hey, Anton, you tweaking, folks. You tweaking. They don't always want 100. Sometimes they just need you for that 75. I ain't gonna lie to you, folks. You just never been that dude. You weren't him, as you would say.
That's the circumstance.
I real life know some women who just want some of a nigga. Not all, bro.
Well, that's probably all they can get, but no woman wants some of a man.
Yeah, I've never.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Podcast in the building. What's going on? Joe Jet said, started to sound like she was asking for a friend. Oh, my mama, you hear me? Joe, you seen what I was saying, right? I'm like, y'all might want to take this call offline, huh? He said, cold-blooded. Yeah, if he paying for it, we eating. What are you talking about? Hey, ain't my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Finessing happen every day. Don't go through something for nothing. That's all I can tell that man. If you got finesse because you was leading with money, don't go through something for nothing. Don't let it happen to you twice, champ. But your girl definitely bought us dinner. Fuck you talking about on you. Yeah. It happened. I can laugh about it because I've been played before. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum. So I can laugh. I've been him. So I can laugh. I got to write a passage. But if you only been the dude that's been helping females do men wrong and you ain't got no losses out here, which I don't think that exists. But if you was that one rare dude with no L's out here and you laugh, you bogus as hell. But I took my L, so I can laugh.
Heard that. Like you can understand that there's,
y'all are women, so I'm a rock.
No, you gotta look at it like this. There's some women out there that just think that some is better than none, and that's why they are with these men who have wives or whatever.
But they're settling, and they know they're settling.
That's why I said a lot of people act like they're okay one way, but that's not.
They're not.
Really
no, but here's the thing.
I'm saying when they do some, meaning they're okay with being the other person, but they still want 100%.
No, I don't like the limited vocabulary that they use in this evening on this particular panel. I don't like the limited vocabulary because sometimes women aren't settling. In life, you have to make adjustments. You understand what I'm saying? So there are women who look good, but for whatever reason, right? Let's just for sake of the point that I'm trying to make, let's just say this woman have 2 kids or something, right? But she look good, she fine. Right, she look good. She can still attract the men and get the initial interaction and interest and conversation. But then obviously they find out what she come with. She find out what he come with. Right. There are women who like certain type of men, but because of whatever it is about them, they can't have them the way they want them, but they can get access. It's just not past a certain point. And so instead of dealing with dudes who they less physically attracted to or less financially attracted to, instead of taking that step down, they stay up and just deal with the dude in the capacity that he makes himself available. You could say they settling, but that's a conscious decision. So is it settling? If you be like, shit, instead of stepping down and dealing with dude right here at this level that really like my dirty draws, I'd rather stay up here. I see more pros than cons staying up here dealing with this cat on the side than I do going down a level to deal with this dude that like my dirty draw. That's kind of the decision they making. So is that still settling, or is that just an audible? Is they just calling an audible on the play? Correct me if I'm wrong. Said I just showed up to the spot after she got back from the date. You, sir, are a monster. I'm not a monster, man. I'm not a monster, man. I could never be a monster. I could never be a monster. I don't owe the streets nothing. You understand me? A nigga took my bitch and made 3 babies with her. So I don't owe the streets nothing. I don't owe the streets nothing. Big ups to him for being able to do that. But I don't owe the streets nothing. Nigga, I could never be a monster, nigga. I only got karma to give to the streets, nigga. Is you stupid? Y'all lucky I got discipline. Y'all lucky I'm reading David Goggins' book instead of watching How to Be a Player, nigga. Is you stupid? Y'all don't think I know what I could do out here? I could go to the local Walmart right now and leave with something. Is y'all crazy? Nah, I'm not no monster. I'm chilling for real. I'm not a monster, bro. I'm chilling for real. Don't make me wake up.
Which don't even make sense because you can't have both.
It makes sense, Molly.
It does when you're okay. So like
you can get 100% of somebody you have 50% of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% of your 50%. So you don't have to wash it.
Yeah.
So you
so
don't
you're not supposed to do 50-50. You're supposed to give 100-100. It's the same difference.
Man, what is going on here?
Slimmy, what you're not following along, Slim? What's
so
you know how many chicks we all on the same page here?
No, this is bullshit, man. This is bullshit. Fuck that, man.
No, you know how many chicks?
You either
that's the analogy.
I mean, that's somebody and you get a small portion of them, or you not, and you don't get none of them. Whatever it is, you can't get more than what they offer. So if they only giving you 75%, that's all you're gonna ever get.
What's name?
There's no rationalizing like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this percentage, and then I'm gonna get over here. No, you still want all of that person. So you're moving around, getting broken pieces of all these different people. That ain't the way you're supposed to be moving.
Wow. I like that, Slimmy. Slimmy said you only gonna get what somebody willing to give, and if they not making 100% available, then all you can get is what they gonna give. Sound like he's saying something that make a whole lot of sense to me. But can you actually get 100% of one person? Shit, these days it's tough. I think you're gonna get 100% at times. If you can get 100% at times, I think you're doing pretty good. Is somebody gonna have 100 to give you every day for the rest of y'all lives? I mean, let's stay realistic, people. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Hardened my heart and now hardened